You are now listening to ForAllNerds Show, a podcast about geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. ForAllNerds is hosted by DJ Benhameen and Tatiana King Jones. ForAllNerds Show is a member of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to our founder, Combat Jack.
ForAllNerds Show is powered by our listeners. Everything we do, from our podcasts, live events, our website, are all independently funded. Please continue to support us through our Patreon page at patreon.com/ForAllNerds.
Welcome to the Fan Bros, the show where the bros are fans. Doodle.
What's up, y'all? And you're listening to another episode of the For All Nerd Show. The voice of the urban geek, the podcast that discusses geek culture from the perspective of people of color. Geek and pop culture, all that good stuff. We back, folks. That's what matters. That's what matters. And as always, just in case you forgot, it's your boy, DJ Benhameen, a.k.a. Howard University's own Halal Jordan, a.k.a. Cal L. Bundy, Black the King Kirby, Tan the Man Lee, Thought Pilgrim, Big Fetch, Nemo Suave, here in the spaceship tonight. Thank you very much.
Sir.
Big Fetch? Which one was it? Thought Pilgrim?
It was the last three.
Tan the Man Lee? Black the King Kirby? I mean,
all a mess, and I appreciate
Cal L. Bundy. You know what I mean? I had to come back bigger and better, blacker than before. But as always, you know, I'm joined by the one and only
Tatiana King Jones, the Grand Duchess of Tech, also known as Howard University's own Lambo Calrissian, Jay Prince of All Saiyans, Sean Jean-Luc Picard, the Ting of the North, and Beretta Scott King.
Beautiful as always. Always love that last one. That's just a classic.
Very classic. I love it.
Yes. But yeah, you know, I had to bring back some new ones. It's been a while, and we are back. You know, according to some people, it's been 2 months. You know, I don't know if it's been that long, but, you know, For All Nerds has been on vacation. You know, we had to take a little bit break, siesta, you know, relax for a second, take a chill. It was stressful out here, folks. You know what I mean? But we back. No worries.
Yeah, we're back. I appreciate everyone who was counting the days or the weeks. I heard 7-week hiatus. It was well necessary, well deserved. Also, I'm saying that about myself, but it's true. It's well deserved. And I feel refreshed. I feel recharged. I feel renewed. All the words. But you know, thanks to you for everybody who still rocking with us. Thank you for everybody who went back into the crates and decided to listen to all the older shows and all the shows you missed. We did see numbers jump up on the older shows because you guys were like learning, oh, look at that, you guys is back. You all were learning new interviews and new things that we talked about throughout the last year or so. So thank you very much. And yes, my missteps in English will continue throughout the rest of 2020.
I mean, just like I'll be butchering names from here till the end of time. That's how we do it on the For All Nerds Show. And it was wild to me to see the numbers just on the last episode, The Reckoning, which we called it, jump, you know, just incredibly. I guess people just missed us or just loved the feeling in that one. And trust me, we going to continue it because, you know.
Y'all love when we drag people. And I particularly like the dragging.
Yes.
So let's do it.
Yeah. And it's not just the dragging. I think they also love, you know, when we drop hard truth, you know, and just keep it.
Which are draggings.
but sometimes it's in a positive way. Like, you know, there was a lot of things we said on the last episode, like when we referenced Malcolm X's film about how, you know, people will give you dirty water instead of giving you the clean water. And I think that's something that really needs to be said, especially in 2020 moving forward, that, you know, we have to start with our entertainment, we have to start making sure that it's the cleanest water it can be. Like, it doesn't not. You know, by saying that, it doesn't matter. You know, we can have sex and violence, of course. You know, you want action, movies, all that things. You know, you want some hot.
We can have WAP. We can have WAP.
Oh,
right?
We want some WAP up in there. I mean, come on now. Who doesn't love WAP? Like, you know, look.
No Country for Debt.
Hey, lubricants, all that good stuff, let's get it rocking. But that's beside the point right here. But that's what I'm saying. We can have all that. But, at the same time, we want to drop the knowledge. It's got to be the edutainment, like they say. And it can't be that BS anymore. Like, I think the best thing someone said, if somebody is trying to sell you stuff they were trying to sell you before the pandemic, and they still trying to sell you that same shit, then nah. You know what I mean? That ain't working no more. Whatever you was doing before, you got to do something different now. Like, it's got to be better. This the time to be better. So we got to do better and do bigger and better things and really stop messing around with this nonsense, all that junk, all that wop, wop, wop. Not whap, whap, whap. All that wop, wop, wop. Yeah, let's get it, let's get it straight.
Whoppy, wop, and woompty, whoomp. Okay.
Let's get it straight and clear. There you go. Whoppy, wop, and woompty, whoomp. But we back, man. I feel so good.
Broadcasting live from Freaknik 96. Okay.
Oh, I wish. If only. Give me a time machine. Oh, Ben, you could save, Kennedy. Nah, Freaknik 96.
Is that what you would do? That reminds me of, but interestingly, that just reminds me of like the questions. Like, I think it's funny when non-Black people ask Black people, well, we had a time machine. Wouldn't you want to go back? No.
Yeah.
No is usually the answer. But the second question is if you could go back to a quote unquote safe place.
Yeah, that ain't safe. It ain't Freaknik 96. No. Trust me on that one. That ain't safe. But yeah, oof.
No.
Yeah. Wow, man. WAP and Freaknik 96 is starting off right on this return of For All Nerds. Let me tell you.
You all missed us, and we definitely missed you all. See,
Facts.
I'm learning.
Oh, not you guys, Miss us all. And I missed you, Tatiana. It's really good to see you. It's really good to hear you. I know everyone out there wants to see our faces again. And, we got big things coming. Don't worry about that. We still figuring out the ins and outs. But, right now we're seeing each other. Sorry, y'all can't join in on this action right now. But, it's good to see you. Soon enough.
Because of the illustrious fam, we are getting the right equipment so that you will be able to see our faces, that my video doesn't drop, that I have clean, smooth internet and all the other stuff. So we are working on it.
Yes. So, if you'd like to help us out there, patreon.com/ForAllNerds, where you can join the fam. Salutes to y'all once again. When we went on hiatus and y'all was still over there like, nah, we gonna support. We're going to come through for y'all. So thank you. Patreon.com/ForAllNerds. Thank you so much. That means the world, yo. Because like I say, just between that and seeing people going back through the archives and hearing the old episodes, talking about old episodes they were listening to, etc., still using all the hashtags, comics I copped, For All Nerds, and For All Nerds, hitting me and Tatiana up. It's just been beautiful. And we back, we charged up. If you can't hear it in our voices, trust and believe. I keep almost being like, yo, and I can't even say nothing yet. Like, we are, there are some movements right now, y'all, that are just major moves. And we make a lot of major moves here for All Nerds, but these are some, oh man, I just dug my fingernails into my palms. I'm so hype over here. Yeah, these are some major moves, y'all. And just thank y'all for all the support that y'all have given us through the years. Because like I always talk about, it's always one thing that leads to another, and you never know which of your setbacks are going to lead you to your biggest achievements. Like, you never know, and things have just been moving as they always are in the right ways because we're doing good things and bringing good things to people. And that's, it's coming back to us. It's beautiful.
Yeah, Benhameen speaking very cryptically because the ink has not.
Oh, the ink ain't dry yet.
The ink is not dry. In fact, the ink hasn't really even hit the paper all the way. It's like in the midst of being written, but
yes, but it's written. It was written.
But as he said, we are working on some projects. We are going to have some official announcements for you soon. In the meantime, I want to thank you all for, and I say it like this is something's happening, but nothing bad is happening. But thank you all for supporting this podcast, because without this podcast, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't have the opportunities that we are having now. So once the ink is dry, you all will know.
Lord have mercy. Some things that we can announce though, as you've seen on our social media, if you follow us at DJ Benhameen and at Tatiana King at For All Nerds, you have seen a lot of postings about LoveCraft Country. And finally, I mean, we've been on this for how many years now since we interviewed Matt Ruff, 3 years solid. when the book first dropped, you can go back and listen to the interview right now with Mr. Matt Ruff. Google it. It's in the archives, like I said before. For All Nerds, Matt Ruff. It'll come right up. We interviewed the man when he first came on the show, and when the book first dropped, and when they first announced that HBO was doing it. And now, 3 years later, it's here. We've seen the first episode now multiple times. Pure fire. And this Sunday, after you see the show on Sunday, this Monday, we will be dropping a brand new podcast named to be announced about LoveCraft Country.
we have two names we're dabbling with. One is absolutely off the wall.
Yeah.
And I mean, absolutely off the wall. And, makes us laugh, and we hope that the smart folks will get it. But it can also get us in trouble. Yep. And then we have another safer name.
And I think it's a little too safe, I'll be honest. As I've been weighing them in my head, I think the second name is a little too safe. And we might just have to go for the gold. You know what I mean? Sometimes you swing for the fences, and you see what happens.
Yeah. As we said, if it doesn't scare you a little bit, is it even worth it? So
that's how I feel, and it scares the shit out of me. But pretty much like every genius idea I've ever had in my life has scared the living life out of me. So. Yeah.
So we hope you, I mean, obviously if you're listening, you do to an extent. We hope you trust us that it's going to be well worth it. And also trust and believe when we say, read LoveCraft Country, the book, if you can. If you can't, you can get the Cliff Notes. But please, if none of that, if you're not able to prep, or if you don't even want to prep, and that's another thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just want to have a clean slate, and that's fine as well. That's perfect, actually. Mm-hmm. Just watch the show. When did it come out? On the 16th? Yeah. Is that this Sunday?
This Sunday, 16th, August 16th.
Watch on HBO. A few of us, as Benhameen said, a few of us already saw the first episode. And when I say LoveCraft Country is that girl, it is that. That's how I hadn't, and I guess it wasn't that long ago, but I hadn't felt that way about a new show since Watchmen. Mm-hmm. And something that is not just engrosses you into the story, but something that allows you the time and the space to fill your imagination. Because even though all of the visuals are presented to you and Misha's interpretation of the book, you still have a lot of room for your own imagination as you watch it. And Journey Smollett-Bell she's always been a star, but even more so, she stands out incredibly in this. Also, shout out to all the other the ensemble cast. Like, really, everyone is doing a phenomenal job. And again, yes, it's just the first episode, but this is the show to watch, to keep your eye on.
Facts. August 16th, it drops on HBO, and so August 17th on the ForAllNerds SoundCloud, you'll be able to hear our new show featuring me, myself, Tatiana, and Portia, the host of Castle Black, which y'all all love so much. We had to bring it back, and I mean, it's just different version, but different. But my overall thoughts on the first episode, like I said, I've seen it now, I think 5 times, and last time I really watched it, I was sitting there with taking notes, preparing for the podcast, and oh my God, y'all, like, there's so many levels. And the 2 quick things I want to shout out to watch for, beyond the acting, which is stupid on every level, is the casting. If you've read the book, it's just dead on point. And once again, I caught her quick. I know her first name is Kim. I didn't get to find out her second name, but I'm pretty sure it's a woman, because most casting directors are women, and they always kill it. And that's why there's no fucking Oscar for casting directors, because the majority of casting directors are women, and that's why they've never given out their own award. Facts. Look it up, folks. Marvel's casting director was a woman. The greatest casting director of all time is a woman. This is all it is. All right. But the casting in this show is so on point. It's so perfect to the book. It's incredible.
It's incredible. Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Courtney B. Vance.
Who's playing Ruby? Because, oh, man, she's doing it. Ruby and Letitia.
Wunmi Mosaku.
Yes. Oh, Ruby and Letitia, just perfection. Everything. If you've read the book, you're going to love it. And then I want to shout out the director of the first episode, the cinematography, just on point. There's like a Tarantino shout out, a Spielberg shout out. It's just, there's a beautiful overhead shot. I mean, just dope, y'all. Like I say, I've seen it a bunch. Wait till you hear our episode where we really get in on it. And whoo, this is gonna be the show. This is that one. Like, yeah, just like you said, it's not that it's been that long since Watchmen. It's that Watchmen is so unique in itself. There's not that many shows like this that are taking on the topics they're taking on while still being super entertaining, while still representing Black people and showing the beauty of Black people through the struggle, and being, science fiction, supernatural, all those things where you don't get to see Black people or we're just a token character. So,
yeah. And it flips a lot of preconceived notions on his head, and even from the book itself, just it's, you know what? Just watch it, y'all.
Yeah.
And also, Omar from The Wire is in this. Michael Kenneth Williams. So
it just goes on and on. There's so many dope people who aren't in the pilot. You know what I mean? There's mad dope people cast who they show in the clips and stuff who aren't even in the pilot yet. Like, it's big, yo. This show ain't playing. Not playing. That girl, as you said. And with that, we are going to take a quick break. But don't worry, we here. We going to be right back. Check out the Brat.
Oh, I missed that.
Barack.
I missed the audio flubs. It's great.
Oh, it always happens. And we'll be right back after this break. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Professor Brandon Obunu, a scientist who studies genetics and epidemics, and when I'm not doing long division, I'm listening to For All Nerds.
Hey yo, this is Danny Lore, and this is Vida Ayala, and we are Twin Speaks. And when we are not writing Ironheart or James Bond, we are listening to For All Nerds.
Hi, my name's Genevieve King, and I play Jackie Veda on Netflix's Lock and Key. When I'm not cooking up new recipes in my kitchen, then I'm listening to For All Nerds.
Hey everybody, this is Peter Ramsey. I am the director of Rise of the Guardians and one of the directors of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I like to listen to For All Nerds with Tatiana and the great Benhameen.
Hey, this is Hiro Kanagawa, actor and playwright. And you are listening to For All Nerds all the way.
Hi, this is Lexi Alexander, and I'm a filmmaker and a writer. And when I'm not playing with my vintage toys and feeding myself and my dog, then I'm listening to For All Nerds.
Hey, what's up? This is Ato Asado, and when I'm not on television and movie sets, I am listening to For All Nerds.
And what's up, y'all? We are back. Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of For All Nerds. As always, make sure you hit us up at patreon.com/forallnerds if you want to support the mission, show some love, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. And, we've been a while, so we haven't talked about it, but twitch.tv/forallnerds, because we have been there through this whole break, through the whole 2 months, whatever it's been. We have been there straight up damn near every day in some way or form, working, DJing, talking to the people, whatever. So make sure you're subscribed, y'all, and turn on those notifications. Twitch.tv/forallnerds and /DJ Benhameen /Tatiana King. You can follow on all those, all those different accounts. Hit follow on them real quick. Don't worry about the subscriber. The subscribers, some other stuff. Twitch takes most of the money. We ain't worried about that.
Yeah, Twitch is different. For Twitch, subscribe means something different. So just make sure you're following us.
Just make sure you're following us. Twitch is different in general. Don't worry about all that extra. We ain't worried about partner or nothing. We just want y'all to follow, turn on them notifications. If y'all want to support us, hit us direct, patreon.com. Or you can hit us up on the Cash App, Venmo. Take it off. However, you know what I mean? But thank you for all the love. But for real, hit us up on Twitch, because I've been on there gaming. I was trying to think of one of your AKAs. Beretta Scott King herself is going to be on there very soon.
Yes, actually, right after we finish recording, I'm setting up the test.
Okay,
it's all right because I've already have my OBS set up. I'm just trying to make sure it tests right.
Yeah.
Again, I told you all that I having a little bit of internet issues, so we're getting the right equipment. But by tomorrow, I think I should have it. So
Yep.
first thing I'm gonna be streaming, or it's not really twitching. The first thing I'm gonna be on Twitch will be Paper Mario Origami King.
Nice.
Also going back a little bit, doing Luigi's Mansion 3, and also Animal Crossing. If you all are interested to see how or what my 5-star island looks like, because I do have a 5-star island.
Flaunt it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I worked
yes.
hard for that damn 5-star island too.
I'm sure you did. Yeah.
In my virtual world.
Lately, I've been playing NBA 2K, and just for no reason. And I got a nice little squad on my team. And Jordan's 96 Bulls have been finishing me like with the 2-point win every time. The grimy, they just win right at the end, and it just it hurts. You play the whole game just to take that L.
Hey Ben.
Yes.
You know why that happened?
He took it personally. And I took that personally. You know what else I took personally? Oof.
What?
NYCC.
Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
Just one of those days.
I'm not even going to try to hit that note. But,
no.
Yes, NYCC got canceled or converted. Let's say converted. Let's keep it
Yep.
positive and say it got converted. So the in-person portion, and it should be no surprise, got canceled. But also, personally, as a New Yorker, I would not want to be in the Javits Center, considering just a mere months ago, it was a hospital for COVID patients.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it needs to be saged out a little bit before we start stepping up in there cosplaying and stuff. And it just I knew that even if by some miracle they were gonna have NYCC, I would feel funny about going into the Javits, because just that energy and that, no, I'm good. That's not for me. So as we mentioned, yes, it's been canceled, converted, and moved online. So the remnants thereof are going to be online, as we have been seeing from like San Diego Comic-Con, South by Southwest, Dragon Con. Dragon Con's coming up, or would be. Dragon Con would have been coming up.
Yeah, hold that.
Wow. I'm sorry. I just had. Now, see, that's an L I had to hold. Like, wow.
Like this was my year. Like this year, I was planning to hit up Dragon, BlurredCon in DC, NYCC, of course. I was probably gonna even do San Diego this year. Like, this was the year where I was like, okay, I'm hitting mad cons, because I had the ability to travel this year. I had a little time, so I was like, all right, I'm doing it this year.
Yeah.
And then womp. Nah, B.
Well, New York Comic Con is going to be hosted online. It's going to be on a site called the New York Comic Con's Metaverse, in partnership with YouTube. ReedPop has announced that they're going to be American Gods panel, DreamWorks Animation, Hulu, FX. CBS All Access is doing another Star Trek Universe panel. And, I think there's going to be some type of, like a virtual artist alley, maybe. They are definitely doing a virtual marketplace. So you may still be able to I know it's not the same, y'all, but it's something. So.
Yeah, no, definitely check it out. Support as much as you can, especially like if you were planning to go this year and hit up Artist Alley, go over there and check out what they got for sale. They definitely have learned from the problems that San Diego had when they went online. They're doing things where you'd be able to Zoom and talk to other people, who are in the same panel, watching the same panel with you, Discord channels, where you'll be able to chat with other people who are watching the same panel. So they're trying to do what they can. Everybody's adapting however they can. And, shout outs to ReedPop. They have been big supporters of ForAllNerds from pretty much damn near day one.
Facts. Big facts.
Big facts.
From the days before I was a fam, and I was just finessing my way into all sorts of things alone.
Yes.
Till now, like they have been holding us down.
Yeah, when I was finessing into their shit and they didn't know about it, they were still holding me down by letting me finesse. And now that they know about it, they're still letting me up.
And that's the thing. We will tell you to your face, we finessed that.
Oh, man. I'll just put one out there, because first year, I almost said Axel Foley, but that's Beverly Hills Cop. Axel Alonso, editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics at the time.
Yeah.
Pure finesse, straight up at New York Comic Con. Just a pure finesse move.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, since we're talking about stuff that's like water under the bridge now, if you if you go on ForAllNerds TV, our YouTube page, go a few years back, you'll see all of those Gotham interviews. That was a finesse.
No, not Gotham. Was it Gotham?
No, Gotham. It was Gotham.
Oh, but Teen
Because I
Titans.
finessed it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that one. See, I didn't even know.
See, well, yeah,
Well-
all them interviews we got when we talked to I talked to the entire cast, and in fact, we was chilling in the hallway taking pictures and all, like, we was gang. And then I went inside, wasn't invited, but I was in that bitch because that's what I do. And we ended up with some Bond tent for the ages. So it just goes to show you, like, if you're smart about it and you have the goods of finesse, you can make it happen for yourself.
I mean, since we just putting them all out there, you go back a couple years on YouTube and peep the Teen Titans interviews or Titans from the show Titans.
Oh, yeah, that was a pure...
Oh, I mean, this is a beautiful finesse, folks. Like, I'm just going to let them know, like, we're in the room chilling. We had one spot, but, there's always a press line. There's always two types of people.
Well, we were invited to that one. It's just not the way people saw.
Yeah, and we just decided to, make the most of our opportunity.
Yeah.
And we made the most of it, and you can see the results.
Yeah.
Slamming.
Yeah. We're going to jail because of you also. You're going to jail, period.
It's like one or the other. Like, we are, oof, boy. But yeah, that's how we do it, to bring you this bomb content. Yeah, that is what we do. Straight up finesse moves. Like, some of them we get, to us. Like, if you saw me unboxing that LoveCraft Country box. Oh, my God. Shout outs, Deb. What up? Shout outs to HBO. Thank y'all. Like I say, that's the thing about us. Like, I'm not fake. You can watch that effing video. And when I open that box, every time I was stupid hype watching it, it's on my Instagram. It's on ForAllNerds Instagram if you haven't seen it. I'm on our YouTube. If you make sure you subscribe and follow over there. I'm so hype at every little thing. And I loved it because it was a box full of black creators or black creatives who owned or made everything in the box. So it just related to... Oh, is that spoiler alert? Spoiler.
Yeah. We may need to bleep that, Luna.
Well, I mean, you already heard it. You the only one gets spoiled.
Well, no, I don't want to spoil nobody else, just in case.
True indeed. But yeah, it's a beautiful box, and I was stupid hyped for everything in it, and that's all I'm gonna say. But that's just how we are. We're not bringing fake. Like, just like with LoveCraft Country. HBO ain't paying us or nothing. Even though we've had deals with various companies in the past, if you've seen us hype some shit, it's because we love it. End of story. Like, we've been loving this book since the get, and I was just hoping this show was to be good. And god damn it, it's good.
Yeah.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm like, yo, you should have been in that writer's room, Ben, because they was putting out some fire, boy. Ooh.
Hot fire.
Hot fire.
For real.
Yes.
I've heard of some more hot fire.
I mean, this is some. This might be the hottest fire. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we're quite at the hottest fire.
No, because it's gonna get hotter. It's gonna get hotter for everybody involved.
So
on both sides. Yeah.
I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna skip that one just for a second, because I want to stay in pop culture, geek culture land.
Okay.
The controversial, quote unquote, Blackish episode.
Oh, this is hotter than that one too. Then.
Oh, okay. So we're in the hot fire lane. Okay.
Oh, we in hot fire lane. Yeah.
So apparently this week it was released on Hulu, the formerly banned controversial Blackish episode, again released on Hulu. It's episode 99 from season 4 if you're looking for it, but it is now on Hulu. This was the political episode that involved Kaepernick and Trump. And again, I have a feeling it's not exactly controversial. It's just like maybe controversial to Mickey from the Block Disney, but
there we go.
I haven't seen it. So did you see it yet, Ben?
Yes, I did. I got to peep it earlier today before we recorded. I'm a big Blackish fan already. I've watched every episode of every season. Love it. Love Kenya. Love pretty much every Black as fuck. I didn't get through that. But everything else.
I didn't get through it. I got a few episodes, and I was like, okay, I don't really like Kenya's character.
I wasn't getting it. I didn't. See, like we say, honest as fuck. But mixed-ish, I'm still okay on, but I enjoy it. It's cool.
Never watched the episode. Wasn't interested.
Okay, well, there you go.
I love Tika though.
Yes. Lord.
You just said yeah. But back to Blackish, the controversial.
You distracted
What's the name
me
of
there.
it, by the way?
Baby, please, baby, please.
Please, baby, please. Okay,
because they
it's
give a
about
shout
the
out.
white supremacist rally in Charlottesville.
It's about a lot of things, but basically the framing device of the story is that Dre is trying to get what's his name, DeAndre? No, not what's his little baby's name, Devontae. He's trying to get he's trying to get Devontae to fall asleep.
The baby that you never see.
It's cute little baby who they have playing him though in this episode. It's really cute, but he's trying to get him to go to sleep. And so at the beginning he tries to read him Spike Lee's children's book, Please Baby Please. And they have a dope little animation where they animate Spike Lee's book, so he gets a nice shout. And Devontae ain't falling for that. So Dre is starts talking to him like he's a kid, but he's also like, I understand, you scared and everything, because I'm scared too right now. And that's the wild thing. This episode is even more relevant right now. But the things that I think that Mickey from the Block, Disney, found controversial about it was that he definitely, the story he starts telling Devontae is about an evil king. And, it's about Trump. Mm-hmm. And he does not mince words. But it's not where he's sitting there like, this dude's the worst, or any of that. It's just more like reality. And the things...
Is it an allegory more so for reality?
Yeah, but it's also... it's more like factual things. It's not like where he's slandering the man. He's just pointing out what has happened since he was elected. And then Dre also made, there are some very poignant points, that the various characters make. They, of course, it's a Blackish episode, so all the family members get involved. He talks to his pops, he talks to his junior, everybody. Mom's trying to sleep, actually, so she's not as much in the episode. Rainbow just trying to, lay it down for a little bit. But the twins come in. Everybody gets involved, and everybody, has their say-so in all the things that are going on. The twins are even more so talking about the environment than they are about, Black Lives Matter and stuff. But, and what's going on with the environment and how, it can be fixed and helped. And the real interesting things to me were, because it's something that I've been thinking about lately a lot, right? We have this movement now that is just, Black Lives Matter, right? And, you see it everywhere now. It's on the streets, all that. It's great, right?
It's on the T-shirts. It's like...
It's fucking
shocks
everywhere.
The hell out of me that how open it is and how it's now the thing.
But see, this is the thing, right? And in the show, they talk about it. They talk about when James Brown wrote the song "Black and I'm Proud," right? Mm-hmm. And how we were so pushed down at the time, and James came out with this song to make you feel like, nah, be black and I'm proud. And that's always been one of my issues with the Black Lives Matter idea, right? I feel like in 2020, it's white people giving us the scraps of the scraps. They're like, okay, Black Lives Matter, And I'm like, no fucking shit, dog. Without Black lives, there's no America. There's no worldwide everything. We are the heart and soul of this country, one. We've created pretty much all of the culture that this country is based upon, or what little culture this country has. It's all comes from us. And now it's just Black Lives Matter. Before it was black and I'm proud. It was a different saying. It was a different thing on the T-shirt.
I get your overall sentiment, but I also believe that statement is a bit of a reductionist because Black Lives Matter does encompass a lot of themes and understandings and realities. It's just a more encompassing approach to it. Not to say that I don't think it's any less or more powerful than Black is Proud. I think all of these types of approaches are required, and the language used is reflective of the generation that created it. Yep. So when Black people created Black Lives Matter, like that, it because of this time, of this generation, of this language, of this energy, that's what was necessary, or that's what is necessary. And that's what has picked up. And even then, and I'm not saying what you're saying is negative. I'm just saying just to look at it differently.
No.
Even then, there's still arguments against it. Black and proud.
Yeah.
Oh, so why can't I say white and proud?
Yep.
Black lives matter. Oh, so what about white lives? No matter what, someone's going to try to flip it and make it. When I say someone, I usually mean the whites, but someone, and it's not just that, but just people who are anti-Black are going to try to flip it. So regardless of the matter, people, especially people who come from a place of hate and negativity, will always try to flip your messaging, no matter what. And always, again, take it to, as you mentioned, make it feel like we're just giving you scraps, but it's much more than that. And I will say that Black Lives Matter as a movement has enabled so much in the last 7 years or so. Like we're almost in this decade of Black Lives Matter if you really think about it from the beginning. And I just see the value add in it. I see, again, in the next decade or the decade after, there might be something else. That takes
you're right, and
precedence.
It will be.
And then there's might be people, when my generation is the old generation and the young kids come in, we're gonna be like, well, when I was young, it was about Black Lives Matter. Now y'all talking about Black Lives Lit. Like, we're gonna see
I like that one. That's what I like. I like. Hell yeah, that shit is right there. Black Lives Lit. God damn it! Like that's. I mean, I feel you 100%. Trust me, everything you just said is. 100%. And I don't want to be that old dude because what I'm saying is that's one of the things that's the only thing. That and also that montage when they talk about black and proud, and they also talk about the white and proud and all that stuff. What really got me in. Well, the only other thing that got me in the episode, but I don't really see this controversial. They show a clip of Trump talking when he was announcing that he was pulling out of the Paris Accord, right? And this was 2 years or so ago when he did this.
The climate
Accord, climate control accord. Just his speech in the Rose Garden, this man was struggling to read. Like struggling. We are pulling out of the Paris Climate Accord. And I'm sitting there in fear just then, like just watching this Blackish. So that's other than that, it was just Disney being Disney. And that's what, I was talking to my boy about this earlier because he was like, yo, what's so controversial about it? I got to watch it. I'm like,
it's never
it's
like
just
that.
Disney,
But now that it's okay, and that's the only part. That's the only part that I feel you when you said what you're stating earlier. It's okay, and it's fashionable, and it's affordable, and it's marketable to say Black Lives
Matter now. Yeah.
When I was traveling, and I had just stopped at a McDonald's just to use the restroom, and this white girl came in, strolled in, with big ass bold letters, Black Lives Matter, bold purple, and just a couple of years ago, that would have not been heard of. I mean, and doing it with the boldness and also I hope the understanding of what that really means.
If she don't, her white friends are gonna let her know. Listen, but they gonna let them, because not all white people are feeling it. So some of them are gonna be like, what are you doing?
But I mean, when I say what if they know what it means, I mean, do they know what the implications of it are?
Yeah.
To say Black Lives Matter, do you know? It's more than just a slogan. It's more than just a marketing point.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to LeBron James.
It's cute now. It's cute now. So I hear you on that piece of it where it just feels like, oh, it's okay to say that. So that's why we're going to release it on Hulu. All right, Mickey, we hear you.
Yeah, shout out to Kenya because like watching that, I 100% understood why that man bounced and took that big Netflix check. Like 100% understood watching that episode. I was like, oh, they tried to play you, homie. Yeah, get that bag.
And Netflix,
shit on them.
Netflix is not one to shy away from controversy one way or another. They're about that bag. They're about, they are like strictly about the bag. And while there's a lot of movements they've been making over the last year that have shown that they are progressive. At the end of the day, they're about that bag. So controversy be damned, they're going to let that shit slide.
Facts. All right. So, yeah, check that out. I love Blackish. Like I said, it's a good episode if you've been missing Blackish, and I have been because they ended this season to me kind of abruptly. So, one little last episode till they come back sometime in 2021. But right now, we back, and one of my favorite segments of all time, as always,
The Guac is Extra.
The Guac is Extra, the frequently asked questions where we answer any and all questions that y'all have. Hit us up anytime. Contact at ForAllNerds.com or on Instagram, the Twitters at ForAllNerds. Hit us with anything geek related or nah. It does not matter. Just hit us up. We want to hear from the people. And if you are one of the Patreon fam, one of a certain tier that is, you can ask anything. Anything is possible. So make sure you use and abuse those privileges. As you see on Patreon, we are doing regular updates right now. Every Sunday or Monday, expect something from the For All Nerds. We are bringing that goodness to you.
Yeah.
But right now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead. Yep.
I was gonna say, if you notice, we're wild active on Patreon. So
wild active.
You might want to start lightly abusing your privileges if you haven't already. I feel like there's enough of you all to actually go a little bit harder. So please send in your questions, send in your comments, do it all.
Yep. And tonight, what do we have up first and only?
Our first and only question comes from Maze. I'll read the AKAs in a minute.
Yep.
And I say this in the key of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Finally, For All Nerds has come back
to the internets.
Maze writes, "What up, Tatiana and Benhameen? It's been a long 7 weeks, and it's so good to have y'all back."
Was it really 7 weeks?
I mean, I think our last show was June 25th, so.
Okay. All right. They counted it out. I feel you.
Yeah.
This is. I mean, it
you thought they were exaggerating.
It don't feel that long, but shit. Wow.
It's August now.
All right. Sorry, y'all. We back. All right.
This is Maze, a.k.a. Fat Patrick.
What? Like Fat Pat the rapper.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, Fat Pat is a Houston rapper. Shout out to Fat Pat. Rest in peace.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I say that with all the love because I love Fat Pat, and
okay,
that's not dope. Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Mag Negro.
It's been used.
It has been used.
Yeah, a million times.
Possibly by Maze. That's okay.
Yeah, I know, like by everybody.
John Bodega, aka Attack the H&R Block. Now, you should have stopped at John Bodega.
Thank you, Tatiana. Like, thank you for taking the words out of my mouth.
My editor's brain was like, superfluous. Like, you don't need the rest of that.
And also, like, it's just like they don't relate. How's the bodega attacking the H&R Block? Like, it's not happening.
I understand why, Maze, you thought that was the way. John Bodega was definitely the way. In that
yes, yeah. Stop right there. That was beautiful.
Hufflepuff Daddy. Okay.
I mean, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Don't hate Ben.
I'm not. Hufflepuff Daddy. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, Puff Daddy, Hufflepuff Daddy. I'm not mad about that. And I always love Hufflepuff. Just the fact that the whole school's name Hufflepuff.
I'm actually Slytherin, but that's another
story. I mean, hopefully, who wants Hufflepuff?
Ooh, you're gonna get Hufflepuff haters. Anyway,
I know I am.
Darth Hater.
Darth Vader. Yeah, we get it.
That's lightweight.
Oh, but see. Oh, okay. I thought that was Is this continuing?
No.
Okay, no, it's not. Okay. All right.
This is separate. So here's next one. Rona Tuzzin. Is that a robot Tuzzin? Rona Tuzzin?
Keep going.
Okay. DMX Excalibur.
Okay. All right.
That's cute.
That's cute. Yeah.
Big Sippin'. Is that Big Sippin'?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep.
And AKA Captain Kirk Franklin.
Could have cut these down, fam. All right. What's up with that question now? You had like my man is like shooting like once again recipes, but shooting like Kobe on a bad day out here.
Maze, this is what Maze said in the live on Twitch that he was afraid of doing this because you would go in on him.
My man is shooting like Kobe in the retirement game, boy. He getting them 60 points one way or the other. Like that man is gonna take 100 shots.
Rest in power, Kobe. Rest in power.
Rest in power, Kobe.
Right,
love you, brother.
Love you much. The question and rest in power of young Mamba.
Yes.
Mambacita.
Yes.
So much has transpired since the last show, and it's really a pick and choose on what to ask. So this week, I just wanted to ask if everyone is doing all right. How are you guys? Holding up. And what things led to the long break? Glad to have you all back and can't wait to start double dipping with the new LoveCraft Country show. Peace and love, Maze. Maze, you have the same problem I have. Stop saying you guys. How are we doing? We are maintaining, but like we mentioned at the top of the show, because we have some things in the works that are of creative endeavors. That's very exciting. I will say from a personal standpoint, I'm very excited about that.
Shit, I'm fucking hyped.
As far as how are we holding up, I am holding up well, better. Generally, like my family is healthy. No one right now has contracted anything. I will say, and I haven't shared this before, I will say one of my aunts on my dad's side passed away from COVID back in May. And generally, I don't really talk much about my family and stuff like that, but I did, I guess, just to be completely transparent, that had occurred. So that was very difficult. At the same time, that was I don't even want, I'm not lucky, but that was the only sickness or death that happened because of COVID. And my prayers are that it won't happen again. And as far as what things led to the long break, burnout, my guy, wanting to have a break. Generally with this show, we go nonstop throughout the year, even through Christmas. Yeah. Very rarely do we have breaks. And when we do, it's based on technical difficulties. It's not because we just trying to chill. And we've never had a break really in the summertime before. So especially in this unprecedented time that we're in, this was the time to take that break.
Let's see, to answer in reverse order. Yeah, what things led to the long break? Reverse. Pull it back. So what you said, especially we needed it. We've all taken breaks from the show at various times, but the show, as they say, has always must go on, and so that has definitely led to burnout. And I saw, I didn't know this, but I think The Read even took a break recently.
The Read took a break, yes, they did.
Which is wild.
The Read and our sister show, The Read, and as well as Friend Zone took a break.
And Queen with, I always do
Tea
that.
with Queen
Tea
and
with
Jay.
Queen and Jay, yeah.
Yes.
I was just talking to Jay last night. Yeah, I was just talking to Jay last night. And yeah, it that's crazy. I know that hurts. I understand now. Cause if I was a listener out there, that's like for the majors, for the big dogs who I love, who me personally I love as a listener. Like I love all those shows. So that I'm sorry. I didn't know it, I would have scheduled this better. But it was
but I'm not going to go back on what happened. Like I'm glad we were gone. Like I needed that time off. I don't wish I scheduled it better. This was scheduled perfectly because I absolutely needed it. And I understand that, as we've said before, like a lot of people who listen to us, they this energy helps with life in general, and we feel you. At the same time, we're also humans, and we need our breaks too. But so I know that the fam understood. Everyone this entire time has sent us lots of love, lots of support. So I know that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, no, and definitely though, it's the same for us. Like I look forward to recording this show every week. I look forward when I'm not having technical effing issues with it, with DJing online, with playing games online. If my technical issues weren't so annoying, I would be doing so much more of that, and y'all would see me pretty much every day. But it should have been a lot of technical issues I'm trying to get through, so I can bring you the experience that I want to bring you, the dopeness, and we can sit there and I can play music, we can talk, whatever. But yeah, I love this, man. I love interacting with y'all. I love the community that we've built here. It's incredible to me. Like I talk about that all the time because I remember when we first started this show, how I wasn't even I'd be on Twitter and stuff, and I'd be like, yo, I just wish this one person would retweet it. Somebody who I really admired or something. But they weren't really even in the geek space, but they might have been black and popping or something. So I was like, yo, they just need to hear this. And then I finally realized, or not even finally realized, we built up where we built all these people who retweet our show, who listen to the show and all that, and they found us, and they continue to find us by spreading the word, telling the friends of friends about the show. And so now it's wild to me that we have all these people who are like, yo, we miss y'all and all that. And trust and believe, we miss y'all too, because it's the same thing. Like just doing this show, just sitting here right now talking to Tatiana, like we haven't even released it yet. Just, us recording it is one of my favorite things, of this week. So, we back. I'm holding up great, man. Overall, like it has been the wildest year in a long time. Well, last year was pretty wild for me too, and this year's been pretty wild. So it was like 2 continuing wild ass years of life, and but overall, it's been great. That's what I always tell people. You just try to look at everything in the long run, and that's how I look at things. And the long run has been looking really fucking good lately. Like there's been a lot of things coming, and like you said, it's creative endeavors that really get me hyped. You know what I mean? And for things that are coming around where it's like where we're really be able to express our creativity, really be able to bring more people on and put more people on, and see more people realize their dreams. So that's something that I always love to do.
Yeah, and it's the putting people on for me.
Yeah,
that's literally what I live for. I live for making the connections and being the bridge to bring on creatives of color, underrepresented groups. Like that's what I live for. And obviously, yes, me too in that mix.
Yes, gotta make sure of that.
I just love having the access and saying, y'all use me as the bridge, get y'all access too.
And I'm gonna make sure she gets hers on too. Don't worry about that. F that. Not just gonna let you just put people on until you put yourself on, because we got to get it popping, and then we gonna get it popping for everybody. Yeah, we are about to get it popping for everybody. So yeah, holding up great. You know what led to it, and I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking, Maze. Thank you for always checking in when I'm on the Twitch. You know, you're always on there rocking with me and stuff. So thank you to everybody else who's always out there. And yeah, we doing good, man. I can't lie. You know, like I went to therapy earlier this year. Got my mind right. You know, we good. It's popping. Let's go. Black men go to therapy. Don't be scared about it. It's awesome. And go to the doctor and get your checkups.
Therapy I'm going to the doctor. Good for you.
I'm going to the doctor next week to get a checkup because the COVID's died down, so I can go probably get a test and all that, do everything. But yeah.
Good. That's good.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that is the end of the guac. If you have a question, be about geek culture, pop culture, or somewhere in between, or something totally random, as usual, we're still naming babies. Hit us up. Contact our ForAllNerds.com if you want a little bit more privacy or if you have a longer question. Otherwise, you can hit us up on the socials at ForAllNerds. And as always, if you are a part of the Patreon fan fam and you're on a special tier, you get unlimited guac questions. And as we mentioned, there's enough of you on that special tier where you can slightly lightweight abuse that privilege. So please go hard, ask us the questions. We will get to them. But I mean, we'll answer 100% of them. I will answer 50% of them 100% of the time. There you go.
All right. Yes, that's the end of the guac. And before we get out here, I know y'all been missing it. So let me just do a real quick. This is actually kind of a sad comic side count. Because yes, oh man, I've not been reading that many comics. I've actually been going back through some archives and just reading like old joints that I love, you know, catching up because during, you know, this pandemic time, I needed like some comfort food. Mm-hmm. So I've just been reading the old comics that I love, like the old run of Alpha Flight by John Byrne and the old run of Incredible Hulk. I would say that if you're a big fan of the Immortal Hulk, there is like, as great as Immortal Hulk is, its foundation is in the run of Incredible Hulk by Peter David. And Peter David's run on Incredible Hulk, for the most part, just throughout the years, is just the defining run. And Immortal Hulk is expanding upon it and all that, but all the concept and ideas that are brought up in it are all in Peter David's Incredible Hulk. And it's got like early Todd McFarlane art, early Dale Cleone art. It's fire, pure fire. So check that out. But some sad news in comics land this week is DC Comics, as they are now calling it Bloodbath Monday.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Cutting? What are they cutting?
Roughly 1/3 of DC's editorial ranks are being laid off. People like Bobby Chase, who's been working in comics forever. Like, she was in Marvel before. All kind of people out of there. The only person who's, like, major, who's still there is Jim Lee. It's a lot of things going on. They seem to be bringing in some new person who is an esports background, Black Label. They're one of my favorite labels on the DC Comics. Like, they produce more like adult ill books. It's being phased out. The editors, Mark Doyle, Andy Corey, are out of there.
Is this all based on because of economic downturn?
I would think more so. And just, you know, probably the whole long, you know, how much of this is COVID and how much is planned in advance. Unique brewer factors. DC leaving Diamond. It's just been a lot going on in the comic book industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but AT&T, Warner owning DC, you know, it's like comics are not the big money maker. So they'll do cuts there, you know, as long as they can keep stuff where it still creates, you know, at least a minimum amount of comics so they can still get more stuff for their movies. But
you know what's scary? This is like one of our BRAP questions coming to life.
Mm-hmm.
Comics or hip hop one gotta go. Like,
Eesh. DC. I mean, DC will still be here, but that's what they're saying now. Will DC Comics still be here, or will they just license the characters to other publishers like IDW, Dark Horse? You know what I mean? Will it become like that? Like we're like.
So is this kind of like where Marvel was like 12 years ago?
Probably worse. Probably a bit worse. Yeah.
15 years ago.
20 now. Yeah. When Marvel Comics, I mean, they were bad. Like it was bad for them at a point. So it could, but see, that's the thing. It's not like
I blame Zack Snyder.
Yeah, even back then when they were bad, they were still, you know, comics were still selling.
Yeah.
Like reading these old Incredible Hulks, it amazes me, right? Like the X-Men back in the 90s, before Jim Lee popped on, before the shit sold millions, every issue was 400,000 a month. Like
that was regular numbers?
Regular numbers, yo.
What the
Chris
fuck?
Claremont was getting royalties on 400,000 books a month.
That was wow.
Like Jim Lee, when Jim Lee came to the X-Men, it was what? I think 5 million is issue number 1. It sold 5 million copies. But the regular, before Jim Lee popped on, 400-something thousand a month. Like nowadays, a comic sells 100,000.
Right.
You know,
that's why I'm like, excuse me.
It's gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
400,000 a month, yo.
So you telling me it was really back in the day, stuff was going platinum, so stuff is going plastic right now.
Plastic. Yeah, and it's like that probably was, I'm not even sure, well, the 90s might have been one of the biggest heydays of comic selling. You know, so I'm not sure if like, but I remember back, you know, when they talk about like the 1930s and 40s, it's just stupid. If you like, you know, compare it to like scale it to now, it's ridiculous.
Is it comparable?
It's ridiculous how many comics were in circulation. Because they were like anti-war, you know, it was a whole lot of things going on. So it was like they were pushing comics. And people read, you know, and now people don't read as much. It's a lot. You know what I mean? It's sad.
I mean, people read in different ways.
True indeed. And I mean, but that's what hurts, especially because like the Black Label stuff is some of the DC's dopest stuff. And so now we're not going to see that because they used to have Vertigo. And then when Vertigo died, everybody was like, oh, it's over. But I was like, well, they still got Black Label.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Ben. I mean,
yeah, man.
Hopefully, this will just be a catalyst for something new.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That it's not going to mean the absolute death of it. And I'm just hoping that's because it's still an art form that I personally don't want to see disappear.
Yeah.
So you know, prayers up.
Yeah.
Like, my goodness, that doesn't sound good. But again, we don't know what innovations are going to happen to push this forward.
If they don't finish releasing every issue of Far Sector, there's not even that many issues left. I will be hurt. Like I will be super hurt if something happens to Far Sector but they say the Black Label will still be collected editions, so hopefully they finish that and put that out because Far Sector, if you're not reading that, go check it out. Ooh, it's so good. And the art, everything about it's incredible. But yeah. Not much else for Comics I Cop this week. As always, make sure you use that hashtag on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere. Comics I Cop. Thank you so much, y'all. Please push that. You know what I mean? Hit that hashtag.
Yes.
Any books y'all reading, it don't matter, new, old, whatever. I love to see them. We love to see them. Just, you know, use that hashtag Comics I Copped on anything. It don't matter. And thank y'all to everybody who has been doing it, will be doing it in the future. Thank you so much. It means the world to us. Like I say, we got big things popping. So, you know.
And before we get out of here, just want to, again, I don't care what your political leanings are. Yep. This comes from an insufferable HU graduate. Congratulations to Kamala Harris, who has been chosen as Biden's VP. She is the first HBCU grad on a major party ticket and the first Asian American woman of either gender on a major party ticket. She's Black and she's of Black and Indian descent or African American. depending on who you talk to. She is a Sora of Alpha Kappa Alpha, amongst other illustrious titles and leanings and all the other stuff. And again, regardless of how you feel about her personally or how you feel about this whole election, all I want to know is that y'all are voting to get Trump out of office, period. That's one. And two, regardless of how you feel, you still need to be proactive against misogynoir, anti-blackness, that and just general misogyny as well, that is going to absolutely come up. It has already come up because Kamala was chosen. So again, big ups to HU grad Kamala Harris.
Yes. End of story.